Menace to Anxiety, number 84, Crunchy, and number 98, Sparrow. They are coached by Maven and D-Day Doll.
And for the team in green, the Gatekeepers, we have 260 Spin Diesel, 101 is Blind, number 12 is Shredder Stare, 14 is Loki Doki, 1691 is Jammy Pasquito, 1990 is Yoshi Denali, 30 is Traumahawk, 31 is Little Nas Slapex, 386 is Soul, 39 is Eevee, 394 is Jar Jar Bwinks, 5150 Hulk, 55 Static Shock, 57 Monster Jam, 6 is Nixalot, 708 is Badger the Witness, 787 is Adam Midwest, and 9 is Cat Daddy. Coaches are Double, Downtown Dallas, and Aaron Go Brawl.
I think this was made on an Excel sheet and it cut off its own name there.
Double XL.
Double XL.
But you know, people do occasionally call him Double. Every now and again.
And people sometimes call me Aaron, but they're wrong.
Nothing is wrong in roller derby, and nothing is right in roller derby. So we got a little fun had.
Or Hey You. That's my other name. All right, we have Soul and Mr. Testosterone on the jam line to start off. There's the whistle, which means just a few more seconds till another whistle. And here we are underway, Denver and St. Louis. And it is Soul through the pack lead. I think, hold on. I can't say it yet. There we go, lead jammer.
Always got to wait for the hand signals to
I am not the ref. I do not make the decision.
Nope. And we see Soul through the pack, calling it off, and I believe that's going to be...
One Soul point.
One Soul point for Soul. This is, talking to the crowd today, this has been one of the most anticipated matchups for MRDA.
When I tried talking to the crowd, they said, get out of my face, I'm eating nachos.
I mean, you know, if you're going to go up to people when they're eating nachos, it's probably going to interrupt, you know, their...
Well, I also put a microphone, like, right in their face, and like... So.
Yeah,
anyways,
that'll do it.
It's Shredder Stare with a huge 1-0 lead with Troy Ferguson as lead jammer.
Okay. Troy Ferguson, about a third of the pack, lap pack away.
Literally just got in on an American Airlines flight, and I don't think he's slowing down on the runway yet. Troy, nope. 3 points, Troy, and we have a lead change. Take a drink, folks, of water. It's a hot one out there. Stay hydrated.
Yep, please stay hydrated in this lovely Midwest heat.
This is not, I mean, I'm from the Midwest, and it's not this sticky.
I mean, I used to live in the Midwest many, many moons ago, but that was Minneapolis, and
That's
it was
like,
just cold.
That's like Canada Light.
Canada Light.
Sounds like a beer.
Probably a drink.
That's probably a beer. Anyways, it is Jammy Pacquiao with a 1-2 punch lead jammer. That is a squivel to the inside. Gets pushed in by Spin Diesel.
Some heavy blocking coming from Denver there to hold him back. Meanwhile, a tight little pack at the front pulling Denver's jammer back. Looks like somebody earned themselves a penalty.
Jammy Pacquiao getting pushed back to the inside. Ooh. There's going to be one blocker in the box for both teams.
Looks like some hard work at the front. Monster Jam just bracing to try and stop the white jammer getting round.
A squivel recycling. Oh, Jammy
wonderful hit there
Pacquiao.
from Stelly.
Yeah, baby Stelly. Rockabye and good night.
Through on the inside.
Jammy Pacquiao, 4 points. Jammy is lead and in control. Good blocking by St. Louis, a line that's been said many times in roller derby.
Oh,
Not many in football. Too soon?
and we saw a little bit of a hug going on there. It looked like they were going to call that jam, but decided, no, we're good.
And yeah, good call. It is Static Shock putting on the star. That's a shock. It's Static Shock.
Looks like we've had a lead change as well. Gatekeepers putting on 8 points on the board there.
Take a drink of water. Or whatever beverage is nearest to you.
And we also see a team timeout from Denver with their jammer in the box. They probably want to have a little calm down, a little reset. And it looks like Misty Maven for Denver is going in to just have a little chat with the referees.
And if you're watching us on the live stream, we don't have the chat open anywhere near us because you didn't pay us to read your stuff this time. So I'm kidding. It's open right next to us. I'm just not paying attention.
It's okay. I am paying attention.
Oops,
Well, I will
that
attempt.
backfired.
I will attempt to pay attention during, but also if we don't, it's because the action on the track is so riveting and exciting that we are too busy staring in awe.
Great segue, but I don't like lying to an audience.
I'm okay with it.
They don't call me champ unhonest. They usually call me, why did your parents name you that?
It's a mystery that we'll never know.
Unsolved mysteries.
We see a little pivot line start there, a little old school action. With Denver looking to control the pack speed with their jammer in the pack.
Static Shock moves back, moves now to the inside of the track, going up against 3 Denver blockers, recycling quickly, getting some help from Evie, and does pick up lead jammer in the power jam.
Evie, beautiful, beautiful offensive move to get his jammer through.
Going behind his blockers now inside the pack. Plummer clogging up all the pipes. I prefer Roto-Rooter. It's a little cheaper. And Plummer's going to the penalty bathroom. Check out the sink in there. It wasn't me, I promise.
And through on the inside line to pick up some points. We will check the scoreboard.
And it is going to be a power start with Cat Daddy on the jam line. Watch out. He scratches.
I mean, aren't we all cat daddies in some way, shape, or form?
He hasn't been declawed, but I did hear he got his nails done and derby ready before the game. It's been an issue in the past that I just made up. And Cat Daddy at the front of the pack, able to stay in bounds. Great footwork. That's a good feline right there to get lead jammer. Some skaters live up to their name. Yeah,
I was about to say, we definitely are going to have some fantastic names for him.
Wise decision calling it off just in perfect time, too. 4-0 on the jam.
Was that a perfect jam?
Perfect timing.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of those today. It's one of those days.
You're going to be really sick of it in like 5 minutes.
Yes. We are looking at St. Louis Gatekeepers with 17, Denver ground control held to 3 with 24 minutes left in this first half.
It's Mr. Testosterone on the jam line against Soleil. I mispronounce everything in that sentence. And it's a track cut for Mr. Testosterone. Going to go to the penalty box.
And getting a hammering at the front there. But Soul, he has been assessed lead jammer. So he has a little control of the game. We see the Gatekeepers are going to swarm that fast Denver pack at the front.
Now, if you're wondering to yourself, who is Soul and why is he so good and kind of familiar, he's David Metcalf's twin brother that shaved.
Ah, I see.
And got a really good haircut.
But yeah,
It might actually be him in disguise. It might be like a Garth Brooks and that weird emo Garth Brooks.
And that jam getting called off there. But yes, Sol used to be skating under the name Metcalf. In fact, I think he may have still been Metcalf on the
Yes,
little,
but we know better than that.
yes.
This time, we know better.
Yes.
Because we have the microphone, and if we're wrong, we're still going to act like we're right.
So, Mr. David Sol asked me to say, I love you, Jill, earlier on. So from Go-Go Boots, I love you, Jill. David says
Not
hi.
awkward. It's not weird.
Yeah, David says hi.
You'll know what he means. Wink.
It's a secret code.
I believe putting on the star for the first time for Denver.
So we're seeing another pivot
That is,
line.
yes, that is Sweet Feet going up against Shred Astaire. Ouch. Okay.
Shredder positively shredding up the track and getting lead at the same
Sweet
time.
Feet. I think his mother dipped his feet in sugar, but something happened with his skate. So okay, Sweet Foot right now. There we go. That's the other foot. It was Sweet 1 foot and a toe stop.
Okay. We can see Thrasher trying to get some offense in.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it did not work. Shred Astaire dancing across the floor for 4 points. Sweet Feet with some good ballroom moves, too.
Yeah, that was a really fantastic little hop, skip, and jump to the inside there.
Say jump across the pond.
We do, what?
Nothing.
We do say jump across the pond, yes.
She said it. All right.
But I like to say hop, skip, and a jump. That's just a little Britishism that I bring to my.
No, we don't say that in America. Ever.
Don't?
No, we don't have those words.
Oh. Also, I'd like to point out we don't say Cheerio that frequently in the
No,
UK.
you say Aldi brand Cheerios. I don't know. It's Mr. Testosterone Lead Jammer. I don't know what the name is. It's like wheat O's of oats.
Oh, a big slam to the outside there.
Jammy Pacquiao does make his way through the pack. Mr. T through the pack does pick up 4 points and calls it off.
Earlier on, somebody was asking me if MRDA is quite a physical kind of style of roller derby, and I feel that this is definitely living up to that.
Was the next question, where's the ball?
No.
Okay, because I feel like that's a pretty new person question.
I mean,
Who here is still looking for the ball? Raise your hand. Anybody still looking for the ball? Keep looking.
one day we'll
Don't
find
help
it.
them. Don't. It is Static Shock and Sparrow for some alliteration out there. Nice moves by Static Shock. Lightning Thunder. I don't know how the physics work, but that happened.
Ooh, Sparrow working the footwork, but being drawn back.
Oh, Yoshi. Although looking at this graphic, I'm wondering how they got the copyright from Cartoon Network. When asked for comment, Cartoon Network said, what? Who? I don't care. When asked if they've heard of the lawsuit, Cleveland Guardians versus Cleveland Guardians, they said, we don't like football. This is not relevant.
So at the moment, we are having a timeout. Just checking in on a few skaters before we start the action again. What we do want to do is give a big shout out to some of our sponsors. So our penalty box sponsor for 55 years, Permobile, has been dedicated to providing individuals with innovative assistive technology to help them live life to the fullest. We are passionate about understanding our users' needs and are a global leader with trusted solutions for power and manual wheelchairs, seating and positioning products, and power assist. What endurance and agility. Permobile and users know a lot about that and trust with our assistive solutions. I also want to make sure that we give a massive shout out to our volunteers this weekend. Everyone is doing a fantastic job. So if you see any of them at any after parties, why don't you just buy them a little beverage? It doesn't have to be alcoholic. It could be a water, or it could be a soda, whatever their heart desires.
This official timeout also brought to us by the officials that called the timeout. And there they officially untimed out the timed out.
I think that was the announcer's curse, but in a really good way.
You're welcome. They were like, oh, what's going on? Oh, there's a game going on. That's right. It's Mr. T, Roy Ferguson, the jammer for Denver.
And making a very quick work of that pack.
Ferguson inside the pack. Ouch. Nope, you're not supposed to bend that way, but it's okay. He stayed upright and inbounds for 4 points. Star packs to Sir Nix-a-Lot, who notoriously hates jamming and taking the star, so wait for comment later in Derby Hell.
We'll see what happens in the future. We are looking at a score, Denver putting 8 on the board there. So Denver ground control with 19, St. Louis Gatekeepers with 35, and we have just over 18 minutes left in this first half.
And it's going to be Mr. T against, I can't see. Shred-a-Stare, there we go.
Everyone getting pushed to the outside. And Shred-a-Stare getting assessed lead jammer.
Big sexy, open up in a big sexy hole for Mr. T.
Shred calling that off, and we'll see no points for Denver on that jam, 4 points for Gatekeepers, so we've got a 20-point differential. I can do this math.
Now remember, according to the rankings that don't exist yet, this is the #1 versus #4 team based on 5 games that were played in 2019. No, that's real. It's not a joke. And there are 1,100 reasons that, I don't know where I was going with that one, but shouldn't take this long. Anyway.
Denver currently with 2 in the box and 1 in the box for...
Dude, that's like the worst prank ever. Oh, your lead jammer? No, I'm just kidding. You got a track cut.
But both jammers are going into the penalty box.
Well,
so
that's fair.
They're going to sit, and then they're going to get up.
And there goes Jammy Pacquiao. And there goes Sweet Feet. That's my favorite power jam, the one that lasts like a second.
Yeah. When they both hit the seat at once, and then it's like, okay, we got 10 seconds, send them out. Plummer going to the penalty box, so still a 4-3 advantage to Gatekeepers.
And Jammy Pacquiao with a successful run for the Filipino Senate and 4 points. That's what everybody knows the real Manny Pacquiao for, the Filipino legislator.
Okay.
That's it, nothing else.
Fun facts that I didn't know about.
Jammy Pacquiao picks up another 4, bringing it to 8 total on the jam. Oh, now I get it. Jammy Pacquiao.
It's been a long day. You're okay, bud.
I wear glasses and people are like, oh, he's smart.
People think I'm smart with a British accent.
I love proving people wrong.
You do it so well. It looks like we've had a star pass. So we have Lenzo with star in hand.
Jammy Pacquiao over the apex for 4 points. At 16 on the jam. Remember, Jammy Pacquiao did get the penalty during the same jam and has still gone on a 16-0 run with time winding down to the outside. Will he bring it? Yup, 20 solid points. St. Louis.
I think that is the highest scoring jam of this game so far.
You know what they call it when, oh, well, they scored 2 points, but you know what they call it when they hold them back and do that on a power jam?
No?
Gatekeeping.
Oh.
I believe it was named after the team. Magnum was very, very clever with that. You should read his book. It's not a sponsor, but I'll mention it because he's not paying attention.
He'll hear it on the stream at a later point.
He's not. He said don't mention his name because he's not playing. And it makes Magnum sad. Oops.
Static Shock is electrifying the track right now.
Yes, and that's probably why he got through. It helps.
Ooh, Sparrow getting a big hit to the outside there, almost going into the scoreboard area.
I love the way you say Sparrow.
Sparrow.
That word was made to not be said ever by Americans. Let's just rename the bird because I
think it's a British bird as well.
Well, it should be, if not. If not, I don't know why anybody else named it.
There are a lot of sparrows in the English countryside.
That's just like, how can you not feel calm when you say that? Like Denver, just listen to Boots talk about that and slow the game down a little bit for yourself.
Yeah, maybe we need to, slow this game down because there is a lot of heavy hits going on.
This is when Go-Go Boots become slow boots.
Yes, slow boots.
Clogs, if you will.
And everybody breathe.
I'd like to apologize to all of our Dutch listeners. I'd say it in your language, but I don't speak Dutch.
No, I don't either.
We're lucky I can handle English. All right.
I mean, you just about.
63-21 is the score. 13 minutes remaining. It's Cat Daddy and Esquivel. To the outside, Eevee choosing the blocking type Pokemon. And it's Cat Daddy Scratcher, but wait, no, he did it first. You're a copycat daddy.
Cat Daddy going, you know what, you're right on my tail. I'm gonna just call that off.
Did somebody point a laser pointer?
Shiny, shiny.
Cat Daddy keeps chasing it. All right, let's put it away. Actually, that would be a really good tactic. I'm not trying to coach from the bench, or coach from the mic, but Dallas, buy a laser pointer. All right, it's Soul and Mr. Testosterone.
And everyone up on that jam line again. I mean, why are you giving these two jammers a little run up?
Big Sexy making this into a Big Sexy sandwich. I don't know what it is, but I hope that food's available at the after party. Or actually the after party.
Soul is racing to get out. Stelly trying to be that last line of defense.
But eventually you need to pull back, and that's what Stelly realized. Mr. T with some defensive jamming. Hey, that worked. Actually, that's when he becomes Mr. D.
Yep.
D for testosterone.
Yeah. And Soul is like, hey, I'ma just wait here. I'ma just wait here. I got points and I got all the time in the world.
Yeah, he's getting bored too, so there we go. Followed by Monster Jam.
And these two just having a little fun on track together. Soul going, you know what? I'm okay with this.
They're
I'm
friends.
Smile.
And they will be friends at the after party, which is, I don't know because it's not on my sheet. But there is one. It's on Facebook. Just if you're in the venue, you can't get on Facebook. We know because I have never had worse service in my life. But
so tonight's after party is at the Fortune Teller Bar.
That should be easy to remember. It's owned by former Cleveland Guardian and St. Louis Gatekeeper and Capital City Hooligan.
Oh.
Lumberjerk.
Talking about being a jerk on the track, Ferguson was a jerk to those blockers and made his way around for lead jammer.
And there goes Shred Astaire to the outside, turning around, tapping the hips, calling it off. 4 points, Denver.
That was a beautiful bit of jamming.
Troy Ferguson brought to you by American Airlines. American Airlines, we won't necessarily get you to your first game, but we'll get you there eventually. Stop calling us about your rollerball.
It could have been worse. It could have been Southwest.
Hey, that's how I got here. In one piece. There were no holes in the windows.
This time.
This time. No one got sucked out, as fun as it sounds. Especially on a Saturday night.
It looks like somebody is trying to get some holes in some walls. These two
This is not going to end well. Let's stop it now.
No.
It's Jammy Pacquiao, lead jammer.
Sweet Feet is working that footwork to try and get past that blocker brigade that is holding him back.
It's Baby Stelly and Drunken Giraffe. I don't go to the zoo for that.
You go to the zoo?
No, I'm not allowed anymore.
Oh, that time with the monkeys. I got ya.
Shh, 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 shh. We're here to talk about roller derby or something like it.
Jammy going, I'm calling this. I'm sat on the floor and I'm going to call this.
Well, don't cut me off in the middle of the word big sexy, because without that last syllable, it just doesn't sound right. So I'm going to apologize to everyone from the state of Utah and no one else, because I don't care. It's going to be Mr. Testosterone and Soleil.
Soleil.
And Soleil. Soul for her lead jammer. I know his name. I clarified it before the game.
Soul just going, yeah, I know Testosterone's right behind me.
Yeah.
He's right behind me.
He's about a half a beard hair from me, and that's when the little tingles start going off.
Can we talk about the impressive facial hair that gentleman has?
Yeah, well, speaking of impressive facial hair, well, never mind. It's Troy Ferguson and Shred Astaire, who doesn't have any facial hair, or at least not that I can see from here. Troy has the I just got in on an American Airlines flight from Europe look, and I'm late for my roller derby tournament. But well, I'd say,
did you see that inside line action from Ferguson?
You know, I'd say he caught up with the time zone. That's what we call beating jet lag.
Shredder set.
Or
trying to do that hit, going, okay, I just pushed him further.
I feel like he was like, my legs are fresher than yours. I've been relaxing them, watching Finding Nemo on an airplane all day. And we found, by the way, they found Nemo.
Somebody online did just say sick burn on Troy.
Anytime.
So I feel like at least one person is enjoying
he was warned.
Tones.
He was warned. I have like screenshots to prove Troy was warned about everything I've said about him today and more. It's still early. 6:52 remaining. Mr. T is lead jammer.
Yeah, nobody warned those blockers that Mr. T was going to sneak through.
We
that
probably
inside.
should have said that before it started. My bad.
It's okay.
But also that's frowned upon. Static shot. Oh! Plummer clogging up the lane. No, you have to stay inbounds, Mr. Testosterone. There you go.
Mr. T jumping, trying to get around Hulk there. We got 101 blind trying to stop.
Mr. Testosterone, hello, and
okay,
yellow light.
I like that little duck down.
Yeah, I mean, great move by Blind again. Tracking down and being that last line of defense, just stopping Mr. Testosterone by that maybe half a second.
Static Shock is having a little bit of tough time getting through right now.
Well, you know what they say, roller derby is a game of let's go backwards because this is a ridiculous rule. I can't announce in reverse. All right, 4 points, but you do lose points for every skater you don't pass.
Okay.
That should be the rule. No, don't ask.
Please
Just
don't
say
add,
yes and we'll move on.
Please don't add more
It
rules
sounds like
to
a
this.
great idea, in theory. 4 points. Just don't think about it. 4 points.
This is a very nice high-scoring jam for Denver Ground Control. 16 points so far.
Over the apex and 4 points.
I feel like Mr. T is happy with that jam.
Well, 20 points will make you feel pretty good about yourself, especially when you now are within 21 points of the #1 team in the world, according to the random number ball generator that has like 85 of the 86 balls that say St. Louis GateKeepers. I don't know. I feel like someone should get on that. Who runs this?
We have
Who runs
4.5 minutes.
Oh, the Gatekeepers.
Left.
Yeah, that's convenient. Okay.
We have 4.5 minutes left in this game. Yeah, that was a jam that brought Denver like almost doubled their point score.
When asked for comment, MRDA said, "We don't care."
So we're looking at a team timeout there for Gatekeepers. Very smart move to call a timeout after such a high-scoring jam from the opposing team.
Yeah, I mean, if you're St. Louis, it's like, okay, we need to. We know we're gonna win. I mean, I'm not a better. Because you're St. Louis. I mean, you have that mentality. But you also have to be a little humble now because this is a team that's only 21 points behind you.
Yep.
This is a team that can sneak up on you like that.
Like I said, this was one of the games that I think a lot of people here today were waiting for in anticipation, and it's definitely living up to that right now.
You saw what they did earlier today against a very talented San Diego team. And at the same time, you also saw Casco Bay play, you know, they didn't win. It wasn't close, but it was closer than a lot of people thought.
Yeah. The
and in
landscape.
Unfortunately, according to the rankings in roller derby, I believe that means they won by 4,000 points.
Yeah.
Dave Soul is the lead jammer. Baby Stelly.
Soul taking a little seat down there and getting back up.
You know who's missing from this roster?
Who's missing from this roster?
I was really looking to get forward to see ever since I got into Ted Lasso. The real life Roy Kent himself, Kyle Stark.
Well,
well.
I think
if he is not here, please don't tell him I said that because he's terrifying.
I do believe Kyle Stark has retired, but we have seen people unretire before.
It's usually a great financial move.
Yeah. Shredder Stare at the front there, trying to get around that tough blocking. It looks like we have the jammer for ground control in the penalty box. So we currently have a power jam in favor of the St. Louis Gatekeepers. Sir Nix-a-Lot is definitely hustling on the track. Shredder Stare through for a 4 points.
Oh, hello. No. Stare. Great footwork, 4 points.
Evie bringing Sparrow back to turn 1.
And Shredder Stare, 4 points. St. Louis on a 12-0 run now since the timeout, which was one jam ago.
Yep, St. Louis looking to put more points on the board and maybe almost erase that 20 points in that last jam.
Jar Jar Brinks says, Misa sends you back to episode 1. And right back. That's terrible. I should get a penalty for that. Also, for that name. Come on, dude. Misa gonna block you. Good move. A lot of people have done that lately.
Okay, and it looks like we got a little timeout. I don't know if maybe it's an official timeout. It doesn't look, I don't see the blinking light on either side of the team's boards, so maybe the official's going, you know what? We're going to the after party tonight. Who's buying the first round of drinks?
And then they all say, nobody. We have to ref roller derby tomorrow. We need to be in prime. We need our brains to be sharp. We can't be throwing up on the track.
Oh, they might be.
What is this, Pittsburgh?
They might be, you know, wanting a hydrating beverage, maybe a smoothie.
Anybody that ever went to Wheels of Steel / Dawn of Derby just was like, oh yeah, we know exactly what you're talking about. Or Sunday morning at RollerCon. But these games aren't canceled yet.
Somebody on the stream is asking, is that Maven coaching? Yes, that is Misty Maven coaching for Denver. I do feel that Maven, you know, might have some excellent derby knowledge to impart to these gentlemen.
Jammed once or twice.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jammed
oh,
once or
3
twice.
times. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm off by a few million. Okay.
Yeah, just a few million.
I was never good at math. All right, it's Jammy Pacquiao, Lee Jammer, and Squirrel. Yeah, I don't know. No, because legs don't do that, so you have to go to the penalty box.
Someone earlier did say that they think that Jammy has no bones, and I'm beginning to think that they're right. We currently have a jammer in the penalty box, so it is Jammy on a power jammy.
Well, that was a packed sentence.
One day I'll make sense on the mic. Today is not that day. Probably not tomorrow either.
Jammy Pacquiao right into a 2-all. Stelly and Schneider. Another 4 on the board for St. Louis, who have kept Denver scoreless since taking that timeout. Wise decisions, Dallas. That's why you're coach. And go Brawl.
We have Trickster Quad Loki saying he is my teammate and I can confirm no bones. So we've had it direct from one of the gatekeepers letting us know that Jammy has no bones.
Big Sexy gets
But you know what
back
Jammy
into the
does
match.
have? He has more points on the board.
He does. Big Sexy with an elbow. It's Saturday night, roller derby, with 15 seconds remaining. 92-45. Who's got the Marvin Gaye? I'm not going to sing, don't worry. You all can.
It looks like we have an official review being called.
This music brought to you by Lady Scratch, who's not here. But
We miss you, Lady Scratch.
But she would totally be playing it because I thought of it, and we just have that special relationship.
Yeah, we definitely miss Lady Scratch's mad skills.
Yes.
Again, another person I think who has retired from the roller derby world, but maybe we can get her out of retirement at least
I've
once.
been barking up that tree for years, trying to get her to come to Summer Affair. For a few years, it was only RollerCon, and she seems happy.
And that's what we like.
But still want her to come back.
So we have had confirmation the after party is at Fortune Teller Bar, which is on Cherokee Street. You can Google that once you are out of the venue because, as we've said, this is a black hole of reception.
Yes, you need to walk about halfway to the after party to get reception. When asked for comment, Verizon Wireless said, "We don't care." Much like the rest of roller derby, it's still 3 years ago. I mean, the rankings haven't changed. Man, I can't believe the NCAA has also been off for 3 years, and NASCAR and Hawaiian Airlines has grounded all flights. And there are 1,100 reasons.
A little bit. St. Louis gatekeepers are looking for a failure to leave the track on the white jammer. The results of the review is at the point that the jammer acknowledged the penalty, they left the track immediately. St. Louis gatekeepers will not retain their official review.
All right, there you have it. We appreciate the explanation because I would have definitely messed that up. That's why I just give the mic to the adult.
It is always worth just handing the microphone to the people that understand the rules the best.
I mean, if you haven't met announcers, we all have ADHD, so like we're just like really trying to focus on where's the ball. And it's Troy Ferguson. Lead jammer, Denver.
Shredder's there picking up a track cut there. Gatekeepers are looking to hold and fold that jammer.
Hulk hit. Wisely, but Troy to the outside. I didn't even see him do that. And I'm actually paying attention. Troy.
I was gonna say we see Denver swarming there to try and get the jammer through. Denver
And
putting one more point on the board.
awesome, and that was actually the first point scored since that timeout. 92-50. It is still roller derby close.
Yes.
Not sports close, but roller derby close. Sure. But this is MRDA. There is no argument. Like, no. Maybe WFTDA, but I can also think of 1,100 reasons why not. Too soon?
Jeff is aware that roller derby is a real sport.
The two are both here. The two are both. Like, 3 people are going to remember that from 2 years ago because I stopped tracking dumpster fires. That was me.
You do enjoy a good dumpster fire. It keeps you warm at night.
That and announcing Gary Sweat entering the pool at Wheels of Steel 2017. Both my finest work of a 13-year career. Champ unproud moments. All right, here we go. Something to talk about that's relevant to your life, or you're on this Twitch channel for some reason. Sorry.
Okay, we are starting with a current power jam for Denver ground control.
I guess it'd be a shock box. Mr. T stays good. Great move. There's a lot of whistles going off. Mr. T unable to stay in bounds there. Static Shock is lead jammer.
A lot of bodies on the floor. Static Shock coming from the box and getting leads.
I remember Stat back when he skated for Atlanta and seeing him now against the Beekeepers of all teams, and now seeing him play for St. Louis against Denver. Well, yeah, okay. It shows he got some growing to do, but he's doing a great job.
It was a really lovely hit by Denver's number 4.
Yeah, Stelly, I'm trying to give a compliment. Let them go when I'm doing that. It's very rude. How dare you? I'm champ on bias. It is turned Troy Ferguson. Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, we got Ferguson versus Soul.
Soul. Not that, it's a very original name. It means soul in last name. And it's Troy Ferguson, lead jammer.
Ferguson back, trying to get through that inside line. Lovely hit by Evie to just stop him in his tracks. Evie, once again, wonderful footwork from Evie to stop Ferguson from getting through.
4 points, Trebek, says Turd Ferguson. Saturday Night Live fans from the late 90s will remember that obscure reference.
Evie having a fantastic jam there, just trying to lock down Ferguson at every turn. I say every turn because I think he's done it on turn 4, 1, and 2.
You know what he's also done on all those turns? Turned left.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I mean,
that
you're
they're
wait.
turning left.
Were they going right? No, you're right. It's left. You're left. Wait, it's right. And suddenly, I don't have hands anymore. Or feet or sides. There's just endless void of space. Speaking of which, it's Shred a Stare.
And we have Sweet Feet just trying to hip check his way through that wall of doom. And it looks like a penalty, maybe a high block being assessed to Sweet Feet.
I believe that was a
So
high
a
block.
power jam in favor of Gatekeepers. Shred a Stare, the only jammer on the track.
The touch, the feel of cotton. The recycling to the back line. I don't know. I don't want to touch that fabric. Note to self, do not call cotton a fabric or a plant. It's Jammy Pacquiao. And you gotta love how he's got like the hands.
Yes.
I mean, the colors on that. I can't think of words. I shouldn't be an announcer.
It's okay, you're having one of those, it's one of those days.
The hand coverings, whatever they're called. I like the color, and especially boxing reference. Insert boxing reference here. All right, there we go. 4 points. Jammy Pacquiao crossing the century mark. And Sweet Feet with a treat. 2 points and a push out by was that Thrasher? I think that's Thrasher. I don't know. Where's my roster? There we go. That Thrasher. Yeah, got this one.
Thrasher's been having a really, really good game.
Fun fact, there's like 8 Thrashers here. I believe each team has 1.5.
But yeah, Thrasher doing a really, really good job of just providing that offense and then also getting some really lovely defense in.
It's Static Shock and Mr. Testosterone. Mr. Testosterone running into Spin Diesel and a wall of Adam Midwest and Yoshi. And it's going to force the track cut and a power jam in favor of St. Louis.
Static Shock is looking for that gap on the inside, and he is through for leads.
What do you call a team that's won the last 5 championships and hasn't looked back out of first place in a long time?
Ooh.
Since the Obama administration. Do you know what you call them? Gatekeepers. They're gatekeeping the lead. Roller derby is a sport about being inclusive, but our best team is called the Gatekeepers. No, there's no irony. It's because of the arch. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it is. It is actually because of the arch.
It's the gateway to the West. It's historical. It's everyone's welcome on the Gatekeepers. What? Okay, cool.
So we are seeing
Listen,
a little pivot line start once again. And a whistle already being blown at some point, which...
And it's Cat Daddy scratching through to pick up lead jammer, Mr. No.
Oh, it's Mr. Testosterone back in the box.
Calm down there. Cat Daddy picking up 4 points. Definitely not declawed. That's cruel. I don't care why you did it. If you declaw your animals, you shouldn't have them.
Oh, we see a big sweep to the outside line there. Cat Daddy calling it before Testosterone gets out of the box.
And Whitney Plummer with getting hurt by hugging. No, it was fake. Never mind. Oh no, my back. I'm LeBron James. Speaking
we
of
are currently
LeBron
looking-
James.
We've got 22 minutes, 22 and a half minutes left.
Yeah,
on
speaking
the
of
clock.
LeBron James, we only have 22 and a half minutes left.
We have Soul as the jammer being knocked out by Schneider.
Whoa! You don't see that every day. Every time. Wow. Every time I think I've seen everything. Nope. Something new.
Okay, so we took a little pause there as there seemed to be a equipment malfunction
Yeah,
on the
let's
track.
go with that. I don't know. I thought that was more of a Mortal Kombat fatality. I'm pretty sure I just heard. Whoopsie!
Yeah, we have that official timeout going as safety is actually priority when we are playing roller derby. So we are making sure that all of our players are safe before we can return to track.
Whoa!
Fantastic jump there from
Swing and a
Denver.
big miss. Back going into the stands, hitting a fan. Like we should have safety nets for that. Wow!
That dip low. But that jammer drawing back to make sure that they weren't doing a cut track.
The touch, the block of Cotton, stopping Shredder momentarily. Four points.
No, 8 points.
8 points.
That was a superb jam there for Denver, putting those points back on the board. We're currently looking St. Louis Gatekeepers with 112, Denver Ground Control with 62.
And on the jam line, it's Mr. T, Roy Ferguson. Just be glad I'm not calling him Optimus Grime.
That's because he's not Optimus Grime.
Well, I know, but I could be calling him that. I don't know, last at Murda Champs, like everybody kept, I'm sorry, MRDA Championships, Real Sports. People kept confusing them.
Well, right now we are having the blockers under no confusion that they are to stop Ferguson from getting through.
I think I literally just saw his wheels spark. Did I?
I know, you
Okay,
did actually
okay.
see the wheels spark there.
Like, I hope there's nothing flammable nearby. Everybody, please keep all liquids away
No
from the
jet
track.
fuel is on the track.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he brought some from American Airlines or something. It's not cheating if you don't get caught. Oops.
And we currently have that hustle and that apex jump, putting Ferguson
We started-
with 4 more points on that board.
We start talking about gasoline, and then Spin Diesel gets sent to the penalty box. And it is Ferguson with 4, bringing it up to 8 on the jam. 42 points separating these teams with under 20 minutes remaining.
Oh,
Oh.
we had a star pass to Monster Jam, but he is also going to the penalty box now.
For a
So-
monster forearm, I believe.
Yeah, for a monster forearm. But we now have a power jam in favor of Denver.
Well, this is one of those times where St. Louis kind of shaking it up, opening some holes, but let's see if I can pull a Wrecking Bill / Tony Romo or Roma, whatever, from like 4 years ago. And am I gonna be right? Yep, calling the timeout. That's okay. Bill, Wrecking Bill somehow enhances an entire announcer crew. We just rub his head and he says stop. And after he stops swinging at us for a little bit, we usually figure it out. Don't know how it relates to the game, but we figured out they were going to call timeout because you see what happened with Denver kind of poking and prodding and shaking words up parts. It's been a long day, okay?
It's been a long day. But yeah, we see a 16-point jam for Denver ground control, so it makes sense for the Gatekeepers to use one of their timeouts.
You know exactly what I'm thinking.
I know exactly what you're
thinking. That's what I
thinking.
appreciate about you.
That's why we've worked together before. But yeah, it's a smart move from Gatekeepers. We've seen them previously taking that timeout when Denver's had a big jam and then answering that with several jams of 0 points for Denver. We'll see if Gatekeepers are able to mimic that. But they do have their jammer in the box right now. So we will see what they're able to do. We also have Mr. Testosterone on this power jam, and he's known for being kind of good at what he does. So.
And staying on the ground control, it is Mr. Testosterone with lead jammer because it is a power jam because Monster Jam is in the penalty box. Oh! Ouch.
That was a big old hit happening.
Yeah, I mean, we all saw that one, dude.
Yeah, I feel like Sir Nix-a-Lot might have understood. Yeah, I'm going to the box for that.
There are penalties you maybe can be like, no, but there's ones that you're like, yes. Mr. Testosterone with 4 points. So maybe Denver came up with some strategery during the timeout and said, thanks, guys. We'll take it from here.
Miss Testosterone calling that. A nice 10-point jam for Denver. They are inching closer to the century mark themselves. We have 17.5 minutes left in this game.
And 24 points the last few jams. It has been all Denver taking ground control, air control, sea control, space control. That's a thing now. Speaking of space, a static shock. It was just science. Big Sexy slowing him down. But too bad, it didn't work. Lead jammer, static shock. And Sweet Feet.
Sweet Feet with that beautiful dip down to just hug the outside line and
if you're not going to
round.
get lead, that is exactly how you do it. I think. Maybe, I don't know, maybe something else happened.
Okay, so we are seeing a little...
Except for whatever they're about to say. You do that except whatever they're about to say.
Yeah, we're seeing a little stress on the track right now.
For all the kids at home, why are you up right now? It's past your bedtime. And also, this is not a good financial decision. But we'll talk about that later.
Okay, we have Sol on the track and assess lead very quickly. We have Esquivel for Denver ground control as the jammer, but they are going to the penalty box right now. So Sol is on a power jam.
Big Sexy in the Permobile penalty box.
Cotton and Lenzo just trying to hold Sol back.
Over the river and through the woods. I don't know where he was going, but looked fun to me. I don't know. I want to go there with him. Now that's how everybody has fun playing the sport.
Okay, it looks like...
And in a contrast, where's Kyle Stark?
It looks like there is a timeout being called, or it might be an official review. We do have some of the bench coaches for both teams in the middle having a chat with the officials. Once we have some information,
they will hopefully take the mic from us and say it themselves.
Yep.
In one ear, out the other, and I'm also wearing earplugs, so there's no excuse.
Yep, we will bring the information to you. Yep, it is an official review. Denver ground control are calling it.
Remember, if you're an announcer at home, or I'm sorry, if you're an official at home, question all your life decisions. But after that, you know, when you want to explain the thing to the announcer, just remember, we all have ADHD. So if you're going to, you do need to throw a Ritalin or an Adderall down our throat first. There's no shame in medicating. I do it myself. It really helps.
We would much rather the information be coming from a very smart source.
Yeah, moral of the story, don't.
Yes.
We're paid to fill in the gaps.
Once we have the information, I think we do have someone coming over shortly. In the meantime, we want to give a massive shout out to our penalty box sponsor, Permobile. For 55 years, Permobile has been dedicated to providing individuals with innovative assistive technology to help them live life to the fullest. We are passionate about understanding our users' needs and a global leader with trusted solutions for power, manual wheelchairs, seating positions, and products, and power assist.
Hi, friends. Official review, Denver. Denver would like to overturn the cut call on their jammer. Results of the review is White Jammer never seated the cut because they remained in a straddling position.
Thank you very much. See? Everyone can learn and help each other out. Officials, announcers working together, dogs and cats living together. It's a new world. Anyway, speaking of new world, Shred a Stare is not an Aladdin reference.
Shred a Stare is dancing his way around the track with lead.
And Plumber trying to be big, sexy, unsuccessful. Big, unsuccessful.
It looked like we might be receiving a penalty for Esquivel, the Denver ground control jammer.
Yeah, so heading back to the Permobile penalty box, we'd also like to thank our sponsor, Billy's on Broadway, who is the Apex Jump sponsor. Of course, it's during this game that Mr. T and Troy Ferguson aren't jumping Apexes.
I think we've seen a couple of little hops and jumps from some of the jammers on Gatekeepers as well.
Well, listen, I'm proud to say the sponsorship name, but I can't make them jump it. In fact, most coaches frown upon it. So, like, this is a losing battle. Jammy Pacquiao is the jammer.
Ooh, big hits going in there. Jammy trying to juke his way around. And St. Louis Gatekeepers doing a really nice job of just trying to disrupt that wall of white to get their jammer through.
Yeah, I don't think there was an Olympic power skating, but Baby Stelly would take the power while Big Brother takes the speed. He's, I don't know, skiing in Antarctica or something right now. I'm sorry, speed skiing. That's the thing. Jammy Pacquiao on the first scoring pass now inside the, ouch. I think that was brick, not cotton.
Yeah, Cotton's hits are not as soft as his name.
His name is a lie. It's irony. It's about an Alanis Morissette song. And Esquivel making the way through the pack. So it's been an 11-0 run since Denver was able to close in. I'm sorry. It's been more than that now. It's been a 15-0 run since then. I'm from Ohio. We don't math there, all right?
So we saw the jammer looking and realizing that they actually did have lead and going, why am I trying to get through this wall right now? I could just call it. I'm good. I don't want to do this right now. It's been a long day for everyone involved.
I don't know why, but it has. And it's Mr. Testosterone. Lead jammer. It's Italian. It's a family name. He was just so happy to see them, and then he wasn't.
Mr. Testosterone has got some fabulous footwork. We see the sliding back and forth across the track, trying to find those gaps.
Nike was in talks to do a shoe with him called the Air Testosterone, but the name was just terrible, and they also weren't willing to put wheels on it, and only like 8 people were going to buy it anyway. So they slapped them on some garbage cans, and now they're called the Denver Ground Control.
Okay. We've got, we got Monster Jam as the Monster Jammer, doing a little hit for Mr. T.
And then it's spread to the rest of MRDA. And there is Mr. Testosterone, 4 points, ground control. Monster Jam, 4 points for the Gatekeepers.
And I think Testosterone might be playing the game of let's get my blockers out of the box.
3 points. You know what? Hey, Monster Jam, you know what tomorrow is? Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Everyone at home just muted it.
I feel that that's accurate.
I'm a house announcer. And you all can throw things at me, and the people on the screen can't. That's...
Oh,
Hey, Static Shock is jamming. Dude, you gotta let me say the line first.
that inside line was clear and clean and ready for him to get through.
Unfortunately, Sweet Feet committed the penalty and is now in the Permobile penalty box. Big Sexy also in there with Cotton.
Yep, Denver having a little bit of penalty trouble right now. We see Lenzo and Schneider just holding at the front. Lovely hit there for Lenzo to drag Static Shock back.
Yeah, you know, when you have a blocker line with Big Sexy and Cotton on it, just two large, hard-hitting blockers, and Schneider. But Big Sexy and Cotton anchoring that's either a terrible or fun Saturday night, depending on how you look at it.
We just need to talk about Sweet Feet just sweeping through there. Fantastic.
Following past the blockers that open the door.
Sweet Feet also sweeping himself to his feet at the end of that jam.
Unfortunately, the gravity works differently here in St. Louis. Also, the air, you can breathe it. Ground control's been like, what's this in my lungs? Oh, we don't need a can of it? This isn't Spaceballs?
So I will say, if you are living in somewhere like Denver, I think I think you become acclimatized to that.
True, and you pay a lot of money for it, literally a lot of money, time, and I don't know. Listen, I just live in an affordable city. I don't know.
So I'm just going to enjoy the spooning that is going on right now on track.
That's called the after party, folks. We hope to see you there. It's at the Fortune Teller Bar. I can't tell you your fortune, but I can tell you their fortune. They're probably doing it again later because why not? To be fair, thank you, one person. I've kind of also been waiting a long time to do that with Troy myself, so yeah. Feelings, I don't know if it's mutual, it's just all around. It's his Musk. Not right now. That's airplane and roller derby, but usually.
I don't know. I feel like Soul is definitely enjoying skating against Ferguson. And,
who wouldn't? Most people actually.
Well, you know, Ferguson is actually a formidable jammer, as he has been proving on track this weekend.
That's what I was going to say. I can imagine 20 MRDA teams that would not like that statement.
Yep.
And it's Soul picking up lead jam, but I can also imagine all MRDA teams not liking seeing Soul against them.
Ooh,
Lenzo!
By the Lenzo?
And Troy with a track cut. Track cut Ferguson. I'm sorry, Troy Ferguson with a track cut. I'm going to pay for that one later.
Soul calling it off there with 4 points on the board. We have 8.5 minutes left in this game. Denver Ground Control 96, St. Louis Gatekeepers 155.
Soul with a very gentleman's call-off. A gentleman's 4. There's 4 points and a gentleman's 4. I don't know the difference. I believe it has to do with the currency exchange. It's Cat Daddy Okay, that's one life. That is definitely one
was
life.
A bit of a sliding hit there. Looks like we're seeing Evie into the penalty box.
Again, back in position. Great job there by Cat Daddy, who's another one of these new gatekeepers that we've seen come up from the beekeepers. You know, they don't give up. This is a program of, okay, you didn't make it this time. Here's what you need to work on. We're going to help make you get better. So when the opportunity does open up, you can do things, well, not quite like that, but other things we've seen Cat Daddy do today.
Yeah.
It's Ferguson out of the box and out of the pack. Picking up lead, Jammer.
Yeah, Cat Daddy holding the star, but Ferguson is through and picks up a nice 4-point pass. All the gatekeepers having a little slide round on that corner. I feel like that might be a bit slippery over there. And Ferguson coming to check on Sir Nix a lot. That's one thing that we...
Yoshi, you're playing. We have people for that.
One thing that I definitely love about these two teams, we're definitely seeing some love and respect happening between the two teams.
Can we get
Everyone is having fun.
Everybody, Yoshi. Let's hear it for Yoshi. Once again, keeping us safe-ish. It's roller derby. It's ish. Yoshi, 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 Yoshi. You can do it on your own. You don't need me. Sweep that floor. Sweep that floor. Faster.
Look, he is serious. He is serious about making sure that that track is safe for everyone.
Well, I was really worried that's a blowgun, and I think I figured out how it got wet. No, stop using that giant straw to spit on the track. I found it. I'm pointing. It's not polite, but I'm doing it anyway. Oh, it's a straw to remove the... I'm not even going there. That looks surgical. If you're watching from home, I'm not going to describe to you what's happening. Besides some hardcore sweeping by Yoshi, I have never seen sweeping like this. In and out motions, getting every single corner of that floor. Every square is going to go. He's going to count them all. He's going to get over all the lines, over all the ropes. Yoshi, I have never seen him skating like this before. Take that how you will. Oh, it better be clean now, seriously.
Thank you for the round of applause for Yoshi. We are very, very happy to see his bright smile on track.
Now he's jumping in the pack. That was totally, I'm not the one who can call an official review, and neither can Denver, technically. I feel like that maybe should be illegal. You can't sweep the floor and then jump in the pack. But okay, we'll talk about that at the next rules meeting.
Looking to jump out of the pack are these two jammers, and it is Shredder Stare who is jumping out first.
Now Yoshi defending his ground. I just cleaned this. You do not get dirt on my track.
Testosterone being drawn to corner turn one.
Oh, monster jam with a hit that sends Mr. Testosterone to next Sunday.
Testosterone getting a big hit from Monster Jam once more, but we see Lenzo just stopping Monster Jam in his tracks.
Lenzo's like, that looked fun, even though you're not the jammer. Don't forget about him, Mr. Testosterone. And now Lenzo as the star. It's going to get called off. 3 points for the Gatekeepers. Bring up to 11 on the jam. 166 to 100 as we are approaching 5 minutes remaining. You know, Denver didn't, they're not up. They only were up a little bit at the beginning. But it's almost like that 300 rule at the end of the movie where they didn't need to kill Xerxes. They just need to make God bleed.
Yep. They are.
And now suddenly 12 other MRDA teams are going to come flying down the stairs with spears, and it's going to get weird really quick.
That's for the after party.
That is for the after party at the Fortune Teller Bar. And if you're not in St. Louis, you've probably made better financial choices than everyone here.
And we are looking at Sparrow making a choice to try and get through the pack. We've got Jammy also trying to get through. Sparrow rolling, and we are waiting to see. Nope, he is been assessed lead jammer. So Denver having the lead jammer status, and Sparrow just gliding around.
He is.
Maybe even flying around the outside.
Just tweeting around everywhere.
Thrasher providing some offense, trying to get into Yoshi.
Yeah, Yoshi
to get
saying.
her jammer through.
Yoshi saying, "Tweet this, bird." Yeah, I think I was right on that.
An excellent 7 points on the board for Denver Ground Control. They hit the century, and now we're a little bit over with 3 minutes 40-something seconds to go.
You know what the best part of the sweet feet is? The soul.
Aww.
We got sweet feet and soul on the jam line.
I actually...
Feet are gross, sorry. Sweet feet's great, but feet in general, the actual, body part, ugh. I mean, no shaming, but it's just, why?
You never yuck somebody's yum. Some people like feet, and that's okay. But we do have...
This little piggy needed to wash his hands after this.
We got Sweet Feet out.
You're also a mom of young children, and germs are like...
Yeah, nothing grosses me out anymore now that I have 2 young children.
Oh, my child's created a new disease. Great.
Yeah. So Denver Ground Control picking up a single point there. We had Soul getting lead jammer, but not calling it off before we had a single little point for Denver.
As time is winding down, it's going to be Troy Ferguson and Static Shock. Troy to the outside of the pack. Sir Nix-a-Lot is the brace. There's actually a 4-wall there, so Jar Jar Binks. Oh, no, it's Troy Ferguson with a forearm.
Penalty.
Troy forearm Ferguson. He needed the armrest, and unfortunately, that's a penalty on American Airlines.
We got a lot of penalties being assessed right now. I think we've got a jammer switcheroo. A Static Shock is being sent to the box, and Ferguson is being released. So this will be a full 2-minute jam.
Which does favor St. Louis, as they are in control and up on the board. Troy against Blight and past the last blocker of Evie. And another penalty is going to send Static Shock back to the penalty box for his second penalty of this jam.
That is definitely giving Denver a much needed break, trying to get a nice clean
Ground control
clean shot of getting more points on.
Yeah.
So Nix-a-Lot almost rushing in to say hi to us. Kind of glad he decided to change his mind.
He is so friendly.
Yes.
Said nobody.
We have some love right now for Thrasher. Thrasher is having such an amazing game. So impressive. I could not agree more. Thrasher is absolutely doing superb.
Big Sexy blocking with
Lenzo and Thrasher.
No, it's Leds.
We're seeing a back block penalty assessed to Ferguson, so we're now having a power jam in favor of the Gatekeepers right now.
Congratulations to both jammers. Most combined penalties on a single jam all weekend. Mazel tov.
I mean, the weekend so far. We've still got another day. We've still got another few jams. We'll see if we can get one more jam out of this game right now.
Curse of the announcers, 12 more jams. No more after party. No, I'm kidding. You should go to the after party at the Fortune Teller Bar, owned by, I believe he was on the Capital City Hooligans from one of the Springfields.
Okay.
And Cleveland Guardian. And St. Louis Gatekeeper. Lumberjerk.
We have Shredder Stare up to jam. Ferguson is in the box. It might be the last jam. We'll see if we have any time left on the clock for a timeout being called.
Now, have you ever met Lumberjerk? He's actually a lumber lovely guy.
That is good. I'm glad to hear that.
Looking forward to seeing him. It's been a while. Shred a Stare has lead. The clocks ran out, dude. You won the game. There you go.
Shredder Stare gently nuzzling into that opposing blocker wall and going,
Well,
I'm going to call it.
It's also called, we're supposed to be changing the rankings so we don't need to beat you by 800 points. And it is a new day. Okay, great.
So we have an unofficial score right now. Denver Ground Control with 113. Gatekeepers with 167. That score is now final. So we have the Gatekeepers taking the win here. But my goodness, that was such a hard-fought game. Denver did a phenomenal job of holding